Hey guys, Magic Dave here again. I just thought after the last that video that I put up, the World Project one, the first one, I kind of thought maybe I'd actually start working on this again. I guess I was actually quite motivated by all the feedback. It just actually, people were kind of excited about it, and it just got me kind of excited about it. So I thought I'd do a bit more work, and then I thought, well, maybe I should keep doing videos and just show the progress as I make it. So I'll try to keep this relatively quick and just do a series of sort of short videos, just so it's fresh in my mind what I've added, and I guess we'll just see how it goes. So I did a bit of work today. The first thing I did was I tried to smooth out the transitions between the detail levels. So you can see it's much smoother now. There was quite a hard edge between detail transitions before in the last video, whereas now if you're on the ground you can't sort of see too much popping or anything. I didn't really work on the trees yet, they're still popping in, and you can see the coastlines are popping in. That's because basically because I thought that's a different color, and when I tried smoothing that, it ended up sort of fading the edge, which didn't really look that good. I kind of preferred the hard edge of the coastline and sort of where snow meets grass and stuff. So that still pops, but I don't really know how I can fix that. I think that's gonna have to stay like that. And then but what I did was I made the normals and vertex positions just slowly I guess morph between detail levels as you get closer and further away, so that's all good. I also improved performance a little bit. I found out that where I'm spending most of my time is calculating the distance from each triangle to the player as you move around, and so I simply just made that a check of distance squared instead of distance. So it's kind of an easy trick to just get rid of a square root, which is a computationally expensive thing to do. So I'll probably have to put that all on a different thread at some point instead of having it on the main thread, but I want to leave that as late as possible, because the minute you start putting things on other threads, everything gets really complicated and you start breaking things, and I don't want to do that. So for now, this is pretty good. Oh, the other thing I did, a couple of more things. I changed it. So before, I for some reason decided that it might be better for each triangle when it subdivides to subdivide it into 16 sub-triangles. So basically at its kind of actually it won't, it's all a bit glitchy out here, everything disappears, but it's basically an icosahedron, I think is how you say it, or maybe an icosahedron. And then so that's 20 triangles, and then each triangle is subdivided down smaller and smaller and smaller, and then sort of pushed out to a sphere. So that's how the engine kind of works. And so what I was doing was I had basically 11 levels of subdivision, so it would divide from each triangle into 16 smaller triangles, and then that's one level, and then for each of those triangles, if you were close enough, it would subdivide that down to another 16 triangles, and so on. I don't know why. I guess I just thought that would be a bit quicker or something, but it's actually not, and it looks a lot better if I just go from one triangle to 4. So you can sort of see, if you just look at try to isolate out a triangle and what you're looking at here, you can kind of see how it makes 4 if you just sort of halve each side and then draw a triangle in the middle. So then now it just does one at a time, which seems to be looking a lot nicer. So what else? So I also changed it so that the distance at which it loses detail is far more kind of uniform. Before it was sort of weighted towards closer triangles, and that means that in this demo here I've actually got half the number of triangles I had in the last demo, but there's sort of more in the distance, so it gives the sort of impression that you're sort of looking, I don't know, that there's more triangles, it's more even, so that's a good little tweak. Yeah. So the other thing I did is I played a lot with the atmosphere. I'm still not really happy with it, but I have improved it, and I made it so that the scroll wheel allows me to change the time of day. So yeah, that was quite a useful thing. Oh, and I added like a night glow, because before at night time it was just pitch black. So I kind of had to go in and tweak all the shaders, and it's added this. Doing that has made these interesting kind of purple colorings and stuff, which is like, that actually looks quite realistic over there. You do sometimes see skies that look like that, so that's kind of cool. But I'm still not really happy with the sunset coloring. It's not colorful enough. Yeah, I don't know. So I'll continue to work on that. But it's cool being able to just change the time of day by zooming the scroll wheel around, and you can kind of see what's going on there. I tried to improve how it looks from space a little bit, but then I realized, especially when you start getting out here, I'm running into precision issues, and yeah, that's just not, I don't think you're ever going to be in space, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Yeah. Oh, and I changed the way that the camera moves a bit, because it was just a bit jerky, so I've kind of made it so you control velocity now instead of position directly. So that's just a bit nicer. Lots of little tweaks. Yeah, so I guess that's probably about all I did today. I guess I'm just going to probably keep working on this atmosphere, and continue to think about what the gameplay actually might be. I have had quite a few thoughts on that recently, just over the past 24 hours. I guess, yeah, because where I really had a wall last time was trying to design thinking that it was an MMORPG, and then realizing how much work that was going to be. So yeah, if I make it much smaller scale, like if there's not as many players, then why have such a massive world? Because you're just never going to make any impression on it. It's just so vast. If there's 10 of you knocking about here, you're not going to ever see each other. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what to do there. Either you've got to have really like massive powers, or perhaps you just I don't know, maybe you just don't really make use of the massive world, or you can, but it's like kind of, you can travel really quickly between kind of like isolated areas of interest, perhaps, instead of sort of trying to make everything interesting everywhere. I don't know. I've got to just think about these sort of design problems. And yeah, but it's cool to be working on this again. Yeah, I'm liking how it's looking. I'd like to add water soon too. That'd make a big difference. But yeah, okay, I'm going to leave it there, and so we'll catch you next time.